Alright, hello.
Hello.
My name is Jerime Cortes. I'm the singer of the band. I also play the guitar. I was born in Puerto Rico. I was raised in Hartford, Connecticut, and I've traveled some. And right now, I'm currently living in Jacksonville, Florida. As far as my music background, my mom was a very well-known Christian singer back in the 80s in the Hispanic community, and she plays the harp and guitar, and she sings. She has like 4 or 5 albums out, and she was always like, you know, on my back, hey, learn how to play the guitar, and I've never listened. But it wasn't until my 20s where I went to a B.B. King concert. I was like, yeah, I need to start playing the guitar. And so I would say B.B. King inspired me to start playing the guitar. My influences are, I would say, my mom, which is one of the main influences I have. Her name is Patricia Flores. And, but then Ingrid Manstein would be one. I always say the name wrong, but hopefully, you know, I said it right. Eddie Palmieri, Steve, Alex Hutchins, and Joe Pass. He plays some nice blues, jazz, guitar. You should look him up, Joe Pass. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And Albert Collins, he's more like a funk blues. As far as singing goes, honestly, I was a very lousy singer, believe it or not. I could only thank God for this. Since I was a kid, he's always been calling me, and at some point, you know, he pointed out that I did have a ministry in music, and that that I would touch lives. And I thought it was just me playing the guitar, but you know, it was singing too. And honestly, here in my human eyes, I could never see how I could sing, because like I said, I was really lousy at it, and I still have a lot to improve. But in the last year, I started taking singing seriously, and I've seen some awesome changes, and I have to credit God for it. And now that, you know, we're doing this work for Him, I know that it will improve to the glory of God, and I hope that God uses my voice as His instrument to minister to those that need to feel His love, and that need healing, internal healing, and need to see or feel God's presence. I grew up in church. My mom was a minister, so I was born into church. For many years, my relationship with God was the one that I was taught. It wasn't until my 20s, actually like my late 25s. That doesn't make sense. But around when I was 25, where I decided to have, or I found out what it meant to have a personal relationship with God. And there are 2 different things. You could be a Christian your whole life, and you could do the whole Sunday thing, and you could even work in ministries and do all this thing. But if you're doing what you're taught always, and if you're always following the group of people, which is not bad, but if you always just, you know, what you're doing is just with everybody, and God is you find God only in the church and only in the ministries, and you don't have that special time with Him, you don't have that devotional time with Him, you're never going to understand what a true personal relationship with God is. And I tell you from experience, when you have a personal relationship with God, your eyes are open, and there is just so many things that you start seeing clearly and start understanding differently. It's actually kind of scary, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. After that, a few years, I kind of went cold. And my faith never, you know, my faith didn't decrease, but my actions and my lifestyle wasn't necessarily that of what it was before. Some people will follow God's instruction like that, and some others are kind of hard-headed and need to get banged up a little, like me. So certain things happened in my life that made me realize that there's a calling for me, and I need to get back in shape, and I need to get back to what God has called me. Yes, I have a day job, and yes, I have other activities, but besides that, there is a purpose for God in my life, as there is a purpose for God in your life. But if we don't have that personal relationship, and if we don't listen to what it is that He wants, then we will never accomplish that, and we will never see the total amazing blessings and the works of God in our life like we were meant to see Him. I hope that our music touches people's lives, transforms lives, and most importantly, just show the love that God has for every one of you. That's it. Bye.